Hello everybody and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. The game has expanded. So I've already completed like all of the career, and we got bonus jobs, which we did all the bonus jobs, but now there are special jobs. And they have been hard at work coming out with special jobs. They released the Tomb Raider pack, where you're going to go do a couple of the levels that are related to Lara Croft and her franchise, and they're going to be doing a Midgar special pack that's supposed to actually come out tomorrow, as of my recording. And that's going to be Final Fantasy VII themed. But we gotta catch up. So, we're gonna do the Tomb Raider pack first. Let's see. We got Croft Manor as the first one. Winston Smith. I've been requested by my esteemed employer, Ms. Lara Croft, to commission a cleaner for the exterior of her residence, Croft Manor, and have acquired your details from a mutual friend. She is soon to host a charity fundraiser for artifact repatriation and wishes for the manor to be looking tip-top for all of her esteemed international guests. As you'll no doubt discover from the odd buffed brick here and there, I have attempted the task myself, but to no avail. It is simply beyond my advancing years. Please note, the roof has only recently been retiled and won't require any of your attention. Miss Croft is currently recuperating in Egypt after being set upon, but will be back soon to give your handiwork the once-over. Let's do it. So, of the Tomb Raider games, I've actually only played the first one. Okay. The game looks weird, and the controls are acting wonky as hell right now. Alright, so we're gonna get this out of my way for the moment. Let's ascertain the situation here. So we got the front of the manor. We have this huge fountain too. You know how much we enjoy watching fountains. We have two scaffoldings. Are these the same height? Looks like they are. Okay, I've got a stool. Do I have a ladder or just... okay. Alright, well, we are going to start with the fountain, I think. I do have my triple nozzle. I trust you have everything you need to begin work. I'll be sure to furnish you with tea and biscuits just as soon as I escape a minor predicament. Has he... It's nothing to worry about, by the way. Is this the creepy butler from the second game? So I will say, of the Tomb Raider games, I have only... Miss Croft likes to set me these challenges from time to time, otherwise one can get rather dull. I get the feeling he was been locked in the fridge. So... I've only played the very first Tomb Raider game. I haven't played any of the other ones, including the recent ones. I've only played the very, very first one, the PS1 triangle boobies. Lara Croft is the only Tomb Raider that I've played. It's a franchise that I've always planned to get into. I think I do want to use the triple nozzle. It's just too good not to. But I do know about how there was a creepy butler that would follow you around, and people would lock the butler in the fridge so that he would stop following her around. I do need to play another Tomb Raider game, although I did get a little bit mad when I was playing the one I did, and it was a combination of just like, you know, traps that would just one-shot kill you, which is annoying. But then I was playing on a PS1 emulator, and I think there was an issue with my emulator, and it was causing save points not to render properly, so I didn't really have any save points, so I had to do my best, and then if a part got particularly hard, then I would use a save state to get past it. But it definitely made my time a bit harder. Okay, we got the wall. Now let's get the plinth. This is some very dramatic music we have going on right now. There we go. Tomb Raider is a classic game though, and I do want to play more of it. I would probably have a greater appreciation for this map. If I had played, because I think this is from Tomb Raider 2. We gotta make sure we get under here. I wonder how often they're going to be pushing out new level packs for PowerWash Simulator. Now that the game has been the game has been fully officially released as of last year, I think. So now they're just adding on expansions, which, you know, good on them for. They had a popular game and they don't wanna let it die immediately. And I know they added multiplayer as well, which is actually pretty great. Probably would have fun playing this.
Here it is. After weeks of hiking through the treacherous Central American
What are we
jungle,
listening to?
I finally found the Mirror of Smoke. It isn't
Sounds like probably like an intro to one of the games.
Appearances. Apparently these guys know it too. Meet Vasco.
Let me see if I can skip the music ahead a second.
Vasco's been after the mirror for years, but he couldn't find it. Not without my...
Yep. Okay. Don't know why that was a thing. Oh. Now for the next one. Apparently I did not get all of the bottom here. I gotta get the top of this wall. But it looks like a lot of these expansion packs are trying to do like crossovers for them. I wonder how many of them they're actually going to be able to nail. I mean, Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy are two pretty big ones to be able to hit. They're starting off strong. It'd be interesting to try and think about the other things that they might have you clean. You could do Halo. I'm sure there's a map or two that could be done in Halo. Among Us, cleaning the Skeld. I bet that would be popular. I don't know if they would ever be able to make a Nintendo collab happen. But it would be fun to clean like Peach's Castle from like Super Mario 64. Or even better, a crossover between PowerWash Simulator and Super Mario Sunshine. I actually think that's fantastic. If Future Lab, I think that's the name of the developers for PowerWash Simulator. If you're listening, Super Mario Sunshine and PowerWash Simulator collab, make it happen. Fantastic idea. I know Nintendo is very difficult to get collabs to happen with, but it does happen. Mario Sunshine was a great game. I really enjoyed it. That's a game I can see myself going back and playing again. I've been really trying to avoid going back and replaying games after I finish them. Like, even coming and doing this expansion pack, I don't need to do this now. I'm only doing this because I want to. Like, I've already beaten PowerWash Simulator. The credits have rolled. And yet here I am. Still power washing. Getting my satisfaction kick in. There we go. I still have to do this plinth, right? But after that, I'll have the entire outer border of this fountain done. Another very difficult collab that would make sense though. Epic Mickey. But you'd have to get a collaboration with Disney. Good luck with that. But there's that's all paint as well. Alright. We now need to do the top of the fountain. Which shouldn't be too bad. It's just like it's a flat area, so we're just gonna take our time and just work our way through it. I think the green should work fine here. It's not requiring too much strength, it looks like, which is good. So I really don't know how extensive this expansion pack is. I think the number that sticks in my head is that there were 6 levels in here, but we're starting off with a pretty big one. so I don't really know. I would have thought that they would have escalated their way up. Trying to get this straight. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm trying to think if there's any other like sensible crossovers. I'm thinking of like characters that have to do with like painting or messes or cleaning. There's a character in a game I played called Eichenfell, and she used paint. But that's such an obscure crossover, I don't think that one would make sense. The music is sounding like Tatooine on Star Wars. I think you could do a Star Wars crossover too, although that's also Disney now, isn't it? Disney just owns everything. I guess there's a lot of possibilities. You're looking for, like, instead of really trying to do crossovers with characters, PowerWash Simulator is interested in doing crossovers with environments, which that's different. Like, most of the people are interested in the characters, but PowerWash Simulator cares about the environment. So I think that's interesting, and that does open up a new, like, realm of interesting crossovers. Working out pretty well too. Alright, I'm going to go do the other side and get that to the same spot. And then I can meet up and do the other far side. Oh, it also would make sense to do a viscera cleanup detail. Wow, I'm feeling relaxed. Normally I go for like the lo-fi or the smooth jazz when I'm doing this, but I thought that Tomb Raider music would be fitting for the situation. I think we're gonna skip this track. It's a little much for me. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Even if I somehow manage to finish the whole Tomb Raider pack today, which I kind of doubt based on how long this one level is going to take me, assuming there's more than just this, I'll be playing PowerWash Simulator again to do the Midgar pack, so I see lots of power washing in my future, and here I thought that it was all behind me. I finished up the series like a month or two ago, and then like a few days later I saw the announcement that they were doing a Tomb Raider pack. I'm like, ah, great, here we go again. Just when I thought I was free, they suck me right back in. Okay, we're gonna do a round or two at this end here so that I can then do a 180 and just kind of get the rest of it. Okay. I don't know how many Tomb Raider games there are now. I know there's a decent amount. I know that since they've done the reboot, I think there's been at least 2 games. Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to do many Tomb Raider games. I haven't done too many games even similar to Tomb Raider. I've only played 2 of the Uncharted games. I've played a couple of the Prince of Persia games. I do need to play more of the Prince of Persia games, though. I know that, like, the best one of those is, largely considered to be the Sands of Time, and that's not one that I've played. There's a lot of franchises I still have yet to break into, which is surprising considering the number of games that I have beaten. I'm like at 600, I'm almost at 680, I think. And there's still franchises that I like have barely even scratched the surface on. Like I've only played the very first Metal Gear game, and it was for like the MS-DOS. Oh, that was generous. MS-DOS Metal Gear. And I know there's a bunch of them. I've only done the first Silent Hill. I've only done the first Fallout. I've only done the first Far Cry? No, I've done 1 and 3 of Far Cry. I've done 1 and 3 of Crysis as well. And I've done 1 and 3 of Gears of War. I need to start doing some 2s here. A lot of these games that I did 3 is because I had 3 on the Xbox. And so I played them on the Xbox like earlier when I was first starting counting. I've only played Hitman 1 and 2. I've only played the first Deus Ex game. For Pokemon games, I've only done a Gen 1, 2, and 3 game. And even then, I did like the next Gen 1 and 2, 3 games. Okay, I did Fire Red, and I did Soul Silver, and then I think I did just Ruby. So I was gonna do Diamond or Pearl next. I don't know. Oh, I've only played the first Mega Man game. I've only done the first Ninja Gaiden game. Let's see, what else is there? I have worked my way through a few of the Dark Souls games. I've done 1, 2, and Demon Souls. Still have to do 3. But I think I was going to try and do Sekiro first. There we go. Not Sekiro, Bloodborne. Bloodborne came out before Dark Souls 3, I think. It just excites me that I feel like I'm never really going to run out of games that I want to play. That's an exciting prospect to me. It's a little sad that I know I won't be able to play them all, I'd love to be able to play them all. But, you know, full-time job, working out to try and keep myself in physical shape, cooking, because I love food, and I like cooking with Abby. You know, the intention is someday to have a family with Abby. That's going to eat up a lot of my time. I'll barely be able to touch a video game at that point, I feel like. My intention is to play video games with my kids, though, so at some point I should be able to pick the controller back up, right? So that I can spend quality time with my kids playing games. Okay, we still haven't even touched the manor itself. We're just working on the fountain. Alright, now we gotta do the floor of the fountain. Ah, yes, relaxation. It is overcoming me. There are definitely a lot of franchises I want to expand on, though. I really need to start playing some more games. But it's difficult sometimes. It really is difficult to find the time. Most of my video game progress is now happening on stream because I'm making myself have the time to do my streams. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing a lot more chores. Perhaps it might be judicious to say a few pertinent points whilst you work. Miss Croft is a quite extraordinary woman. Wow, I don't know why I'm struggling with that very simple sentence. She demands exacting standards both from herself and from others. Okay. And if you excel, you'll meet with her generous side. And if I don't, is it going to be my tomb that she's going to raid next? If not, well, Miss Croft has an extensive and colorful vocabulary. Nice. Didn't they do a live-action Tomb Raider movie recently? And didn't it, like, flop like most video game movies do? I swear. They really need help. Like, video games have the advantage that you're engaged with a video game for a much longer duration than you are with a movie. Like, this one level is going to take me the length of a movie. At least, right? This level is going to take me like 2 hours, I think, at the least. In 20 minutes, I have done, but in 25 minutes, I've done about 20%. So I'm going to be done with this in, I don't know, about 2 hours-ish. I'm not doing the specific math right now. So, like, in just that amount of time, you're supposed to do the entire movie engagement. Because most movies are supposed to be about 2 hours. Some movies are longer, some movies are shorter. But in general, about 2 hours. But you're spending like tens of hours with these characters. You develop a bond with them and their stories. And another thing is that you are physically engaging in the story. Your actions feel like they are a part of the story. And that's something that a movie can't give you. So the medium is different, and you really need to just excel in bringing the people into the adventure if you want to make a video game movie. God, I can crawl my way up and down this. Kind of weird. But in general, like, the idea of a video game movie is like, it's a cursed idea. Like, everybody hears, oh, they're making an Assassin's Creed movie, it's not gonna be good. Oh, they're gonna make a Fallout movie, it's not gonna be good. They're making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, it's not gonna be good. That's everybody's like gut reaction to a video game movie, and it's sad that it's like that. I wish I would, if I had like an infinite amount of time in my life, I would probably at some point want to create a movie studio that excelled at making video game movies, because it's an audience of people that are very dedicated. They really want to see more mainstream acceptance of their stories. And you just don't really get that. A lot of people still see video games as immature and an undeveloped art form. Not even as an art form, they see it as frivolity. And I mean, you do also get some games that are the opposite of that, where people who are going on saying that their game is an experience, it is art, and it is also like boring to play. That happens a lot too. People will associate too much weight to their own story, their own game that they have. But people do that with all kinds of art forms. That's not a unique aspect of video games by a long shot. But with a talented filmmaker and this huge array of source material, you could definitely make a successful business out of good video game movies. You just have to engross yourself in the setting, and you have to appreciate the source material so that you don't get all the hardcore fans angry at you. Now there is the Mario movie that's supposed to be coming out. I hope it's good, but my hopes aren't too particularly high. I'm like everybody, I'm disappointed with the initial reactions of the voice acting. I really hope that something changes with Chris Pratt's performance as Mario. I hope that it's different from what we see in the trailer. I want him to succeed because it sounds like he has an appreciation for Mario, but like, there is a voice actor for Mario, and they didn't give him the role. I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head. I would recognize the name if I heard it, but I can't think of it wholesale right now. And apparently, like, he is in the movie, just not playing as Mario. It's like, you realize that he's a very talented voice actor. So like, if you're going to give the role to Chris Pratt, that's your choice. But you need to make sure that Chris Pratt can live up to the expectations of everybody. Mario has a very iconic voice. People will hear it and they'll know exactly who it is. So if you can't live up to that, like, that's all that people are going to really come away from the movie thinking. Is like, wow, it didn't sound like Mario. The Sonic movie I heard was pretty good, and the Detective Pikachu movie I also heard was pretty good. So it's definitely possible for some video game movies to succeed, but a lot of these video game movies just take a video game character and then just shoves them into like the modern universe instead, which feels kind of like a shortcut to it, because it's not really a video game movie. It's basically like Space Jam. You're taking characters out of their universe and putting them into ours. There we go. I like how generous they've been with these. Now I gotta get this statue. Looks great. I have high hopes for the success of more video game movies. I really do. But it needs to be done as like a passion thing more than seeking a profit, because you are going to have difficulty making a profit with a video game movie. You've got access to the gaming demographic, but you're going to lose a lot of the average movie going demographic, people who don't really care about these video games. The movie needs to be good enough on its own. It's a high bar to set. You got to be accurate to the source material, and you still need to attract people who are not a part of it. That's hard. That's a hard go. That's a hard sell. I see that. This is a very detailed statue, or at least it's got a lot to it. It's bigger than I was expecting it to be. I know I saw it from the beginning, but like in my mind, I filed it away as a smaller statue than it actually is. This honestly might be the better option for the distance. I don't have any extension on it, I've only now realized. Ugh. I would like to actually get started on the mansion. Okay. Okay, under the fins looking pretty good. I need to get up in here though. And up on the top especially. Can I get up on here, or do I need the scaffolding to make it? Music is also not relaxing. Skip! Okay. Something a little more low-key. Might not necessarily be relaxing, but you never know. I don't know if I can make this. No! It doesn't look like I can set this up on the fountain at all. There we go. Got it. Fountain's done. And it's wonderful. Alright, I need to get this scaffolding out of the way. Okay. Now then. The actual mansion now. We're only 28% of the way there. We'll call that the cutoff. We're gonna get this whole raised floor is the current goal. Does look like the raised floors are separate pieces. That's good. Okay. I don't know if if that was all one piece that I just did, or if that was two pieces and I just missed a little bit on the previous piece. I'll have to go back and check. I still have yet to set up my next poll to decide what game I'm going to stream next. I didn't use a poll for deciding Shovel Knight because I was moving, everything was a little chaotic. But now I have enough time. I could put up a poll to help vote on my next game. I should do that. Nice. Okay, let me go check to make sure I got all of these. Like, this isn't even loading as a piece. It's weird. It looks like I got it all. Oh, nice. I love that horror jingle. Really gets me going. I probably need to play some more horror games too. I don't play them too frequently. I played Dead Space 1 and 2. I played the first Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, what other like horror franchises are there? Like, I played a bunch of the Resident Evils. I played 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 5, and 6. I played the first Silent Hill game only. I played the first Amnesia game. I've played Outlast, and I've played Outlast Whistleblower, but I haven't played Outlast 2. Nice. I've played Baldi's Basics. Does that count as a horror game? I've played a lot of Phasmo, but I haven't really settled on any criteria that I could set for Phasmo that would allow me to say, yeah, I've beaten it. Same thing with Devour. I've been playing a good amount of Devour, but I don't really have any criteria for that either. It's difficult with games like that, like multiplayer games, where there is no real set, like, single player that you can win in. It's difficult to say, well, I beat that one. Sometimes my criteria for marking them off could be a little, you know, debatable. Like, I marked Among Us as beaten, but that's because I got every single achievement in the game. I don't want to do that for every single multiplayer game though, because that can take forever. So I don't know. Some games I might just not ever be able to really mark off as truly beaten. All right, let's get this raised floor here, and then we'll do the wall bases next. So what's with all that? Why is there all this green muck all over the manor, by the way? Did we get an explanation for that? Maybe it's moss, I don't know. Very dramatic music going on right now. Boa noite. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't know this one. I don't know this language. But hello, other Dan. Good to see you. Hope things are going well with you. Wow, this music is far more dramatic than I was expecting it to be. We're gonna, one sec, just get something a little more low-key. Okay. I'm trying to play Tomb Raider music since I'm doing the Tomb Raider pack. Problem is that Tomb Raider is not exactly the most relaxing and low-key kind of adventure. But yeah. Nice. We still have a long ways to go before the Lara Croft Manor is going to be fully cleaned. That's okay. It's good to see you. Oh, nice. Okay. But the Tomb Raider games are not particularly relaxing, so trying to listen to relaxing Tomb Raider music is difficult, because when I play this game, I want to be listening to more low-key music, which is difficult when it's Tomb Raider. So I've been skipping over some of the songs if they've been a little too dramatic or loud. But I thought it was fitting to listen to Tomb Raider music while we were doing the Tomb Raider levels in PowerWash Simulator. But yeah, we got a long ways to go. I'm over 1/3 of the way. What's my name? My name's Dan. I chose a name on Twitch that was the same as my real one, at least my first name. So that people could just call me Dan. Easy to respond to. And I'm fine with being called Dan. Is your nickname? Is your real name like Daniel, or is it, because my full name is Daniel. And I'm fine with being called Daniel. A lot of people also call me Daniel. But I don't like being called Danny. I don't like it. So Dan or Daniel, just never Danny. Yeah, fellow Dan. These walls have been getting cleaned nice and easy, and I appreciate that. I hope that the whole thing, it's pronounced, you're saying it's pronounced differently in Brazil? I know in like in Spanish it's pronounced Daniel. I don't know if that's similar to how it is in Portuguese. Assuming your native language is Portuguese if you're from Brazil. Okay, we have done all of the wall bases, so now I need to work my way up these walls. They're decently large. I don't think my water can reach like the top of that very well. We're gonna go with this spray nozzle, which is smaller, but it can reach farther. This should be able to work pretty effectively. Yeah, that's working great. I'm pleased with this. Spanish and Portuguese are very similar. I have heard that they are pretty similar languages. I mean, Portugal and Spain they're right next to each other. They border, so it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there's a lot of similarities between Spanish and like French and Italian as well, so they're all very similar languages. You just have to learn the different the different words and everything. But the only languages that I can speak are English and French, and I only know French because I live not too far from Canada, and I thought it would make sense for me to learn French in school in order to speak to anybody should I go up to Canada. But I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the French people. In South America, Brazil's the only one that speaks Portuguese. I didn't know that Portuguese was the only language, or I didn't know that that Brazil was the only country that spoke Portuguese. So that's interesting. Surprisingly tough work, exterior cleaning, isn't it? Yep, yes it is. I got through 4 flannels on 1 brick alone. Are you talking about you tried using a flannel to wash the house, or you were wearing different shirts while you were working? I expect you brought some high-fangled gizmo or other to speed up the process. Yeah, it's a hot pressure washer. I'll get you one Winston Smith. You deserve it. Yeah, no, sorry. I didn't know that Brazil was the only South American country that spoke Portuguese. I would have guessed that there were other countries that also spoke Portuguese, but I guess not. I know there's a lot of Spanish speaking. I think there might be some French down there too. You need to improve your English. English is a hard language. Like if you don't speak English, like as like an early language, it's hard to learn it. And I know that there are a lot of weird rules in English that can like set people off. This wall is going down nice and fast with my sprayer here. This is working fantastic. Yeah, no. Learning any language is difficult when you've gotten older. Really, the best way to do it is to just force yourself to speak to other people that speak the language. I have a friend of mine who lives in Romania, and he's still working on his English. And I have picked up surprisingly very little Romanian from him. It would help if I aimed a little better. Yeah, no. If I ever say anything, for you, English is the easiest compared to the other languages. I guess that's a good thing that it's not too tremendously difficult for you. But if I ever say anything, or there's something in the game that you don't quite understand, I'm happy to explain it. I'll do my best to not like over-explain. But if you're trying to watch English streamers for the purpose of learning English better, I'm happy to help you. Or if you just want to watch because you enjoy the game, I'm happy with that too. I like streaming because I get to meet different people. Usually I'll meet people when I'm playing a specific game that are very excited about that specific game, and so they'll watch me while I play through it. Yeah, it's a nice clean window. What's difficult in English is that you learn everything correctly, and then we have slang. I mean, every language has slang, but yeah, no. And the slang in English likes to change a lot too, yeah. But yeah, no. I hear phrases every now and again where I'm like, what does this even mean? And I have to go look it up and get hip with the kids to learn what's the new phrase of the week. It's pretty funny. Oh, did I not get that wall? I guess I didn't get that wall before. Oh, we got it now. And I'm happy that these walls have been getting cleaned easily. I'm glad that this hasn't been a huge pain in the butt. In Portuguese you have several. Oh yeah. Every language does. My girlfriend is she's a native English speaker. Like she learned Spanish up until kindergarten, and then learned English in kindergarten and has since forgotten Spanish. Now she pretty much only speaks English. But she's still always confused by specific phrases, like sayings, like idioms is the word. Like phrases that don't like literally make sense, but make sense to people. Like if I say, you know, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. She's like, what does that even mean? Which is, so I always get a kick out of that when I say something like that, and she's like, what does that even mean? Please explain. This is a coin? Quoin. I don't know what this word is. A coin? I'm assuming it's referring to this, like, all of these are coins. It's referring to this brick that's on the corner. That's interesting. I've learned words just playing this game because they research specifically what, like, parts of houses they are. You always cut the words, you change something, yeah. It's because people are very... I've got another weird song playing. Okay, it's quieted down. Don't know if it's still relaxing. Yeah, no. People are very lazy speakers, and that's not an insult to them. It's just that if there's a way to say something shorter, people will do it. And it's, you know, it's efficient, but also can make it more difficult. There are people who study just language as a concept for a living. There's so many different things that you could like analyze and research when it comes to language. Very interesting. I do want to learn another language. I've tried learning Spanish. I tried learning Gaelic, like Irish, because I went to Ireland and I loved it. I was a big nerd. I'm like, I'm gonna learn Gaelic. In Portuguese, you is that voce? You write VC. Yeah. The French like to put apostrophes in everything. How it is. It's fine. It's just practice, really. Come on, I gotta get this corner better. We have cleaned the buttress. Always make sure your buttress is nice and clean. Well, it was nice to stop by, Dan. I appreciate you dropping by from Brazil. I appreciate it. I hope that the rest of your night goes well. Because I think we're probably in a relatively similar time zone, so yeah. Have a good night, man. Thank you. I appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. I hope to see you around again. That was nice. I really do like meeting new people. Yeah, no problem. That's one of the things that, like, lately I have been finding as a reason for me to keep streaming. I'm assuming he's gone to bed at this point, as he probably should. So I'm just kind of talking to the air now. Like, I know that I don't get a whole lot of viewers when I stream. I know that when I'm talking to, like, oh, hey, everybody, thanks for watching, I'm talking to, like, an audience of, like, one, and it's my girlfriend who's in the other room. Like, I know that, and I'm fine with that. Like, when I was first starting to stream, I was kind of upset about it, and I was hoping that it would get better over time. It really hasn't. Like, I still am only averaging, like, 2 viewers. in a stream, which is fine. Like, would I like more viewers? Of course, because then I get to meet new people. But like, one of the reasons that I've really kept with it is because it means I'm setting more time aside for myself to actually play video games, because playing video games is my relaxing activity. It is a thing that I like to do to relax, take it easy, and entertain myself. And as I get older, it gets more and more difficult for you to find the time to play games. Especially one like I was talking about earlier, when I decide to have a family, that's gonna be a huge time sink. I'm gonna be exhausted. Any free time I have is going to be put towards sleep, not playing video games. So I've been enjoying having this freedom to play some games, take it easy. And then the second reason, B, why I'm enjoying streaming is because I get to meet new people. I get to talk with them, interact with them, see what's going on, see the different kinds of people that have wandered into my random stream for whatever reason. And get to know them. A lot of the people are people who are particularly excited by what specific game I'm playing at that time. But just being able to meet new people is always exciting. And I do hope that I can meet more. Like I've talked about before, I've recently moved. I've moved away from my old town back to my hometown so that I could be closer to my family. Specifically my niece, who's just turned 15, actually. And the plan is I was going to stay here in my hometown until she graduates from college, because I want to be there for her. But one of the goals that Abby and I have both set for ourselves following our move is that we want to make friends. Because we both are people who have had difficulty making any kind of long-lasting friendship for some reason or another. And so the idea of being able to talk to people and get to know them has been very exciting to me lately. And I'm really working on that. That's a skill that I've been trying to foster. So now I'm really trying, when I meet people, I really want to talk to them. I really want to hear what they have to say and their thoughts and hear their stories. It's exciting to me. I hope I can continue to have the opportunity to do that. Alright, got that pilaster. The entry wall is still dirty. Oh, this is probably it right here. Got it, nice. The topper is probably need to be done from up on the actual, like, balcony there. There's my bot again. I do want to update my bot too. That's another thing I've been meaning to do. I want to program some new functionality into that sucker. It's just difficult to find time to do everything that I want to do, man. One thing at a time, really. Right now my focus is to clean this mansion. And then like I've just moved into my apartment at the end of January, and it's only now March 1st. So still getting settled. There's still some things that we want to buy to make it more homey, to make it more livable. So that'll probably be my next focus, is to make my apartment more, you know, more of a home. But I do want to work on all these projects to make things better. I want to work on my bot. I want to keep working on those music videos that I want to put up, those compilations. I've been thinking about working on a rebrand of my channel at some point too. I want to keep playing more games. There's a lot to do. I want to play more D&D. That's another thing. I haven't played since November. Why is this wall still not clean? Because of that up there? I bet it's because of that up there. We'll have to get up there and clean that manually. We're gonna get some more texts from the butler in a second here. Oh, it's Lara. Hello. I trust Winston has extricated himself from the freezer in time to make you tea. There are two things that always find their way out: the truth and Winston. I love that they're making these references to Winston being locked in the freezer. Like I've said, I have yet to play the second Tomb Raider game that features Winston and the Lara Croft Manor, but I promise that when I do play that, whether I'm streaming it or I am playing it on my own, I will, for the sake of the meme, lock him in the freezer. That is a guarantee. I want to be in on the joke too, damn it. So right now I'm trying to clean up all of these, like, ledges. And then I will probably have to get up on the actual ledges themselves, or I'll have to start using the scaffoldings and spraying from there. I just love how effective this triple nozzle is. It's so good for these distant walls. I've been very pleased with its performance so far. It's not so good in close-up situations. For that, I'll usually switch to a more actual spraying one. But for anything long distance, this thing is incredible. I don't know if I've gotten all of these corbels. I don't think I have. Alright, let's see here. This corbel needs doing. Okay. So does that one. That one's done. That one needs doing. That one's done. That one's done. That one, got it. Nice. Impressive, if I do say so myself. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. Okay. Done all the corbels. I now need to get up onto the actual ledge so that I can start washing up here. Let's see. That wall's done. Okay. We got that roof. Okay. So it probably makes sense to do these from the scaffolding instead of actually climbing up on the climbing up onto the ledge, because for the fact that this nozzle is more effective at a distance than it is up close. Hey, Papa Pup. How's it going? Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, this is exciting. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, Papa Pup. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's night's been going well. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you before, Papa. So, thank you for deciding to give me the raid. Ah, that's why. Fellow Power Washer. Thank you so much for the follow. I do have the golden skin. I did do the, I did buy that. I just thought it looked fancy. But yeah, I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to anybody here. My name is Dan. I'm a variety streamer. I don't stay on one game for too long. I usually, once I beat a game, I'll move on to something else because my goal is to beat as many different games as I can. I've beaten almost 680 games, not all of them on stream, but in general I've been counting for like 10 years now. You don't have the golden one because you haven't finished finished career mode, but you have pretty flowers. I probably have that. I think I bought all the skins. So you probably have, let's see, one with flowers. Maybe this one. That's the most flowery look. Oh no, you probably have this one right here, the flower power one. Nah, I got the gold one. I needed the vanity. Oh, it looks like they added a new one. Because I bought them all. Yeah, I'll buy this one. Why not? Yeah, no, it's a lot of games. I know it's a lot of games. Everybody that I tell that to, it's like they're like, "Wow, that's a lot." Yeah, no, it's what I enjoy doing. I like finding all the new games that are out there. I like surprising myself with what games are fun and which games are surprisingly disappointing. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Yeah. For anybody that wants to stick around, I'm just chilling, power washing. The music that's playing is a compilation of music from Tomb Raider. It has been decidedly not particularly relaxing. I've been skipping over some of the ones that get particularly intense. Yeah, I'm trying to work my way through this, through the manor here. Yeah, so it's all Tomb Raider music that I've got playing, because PowerWash Simulator just doesn't have music, so I usually I'll put on like smooth jazz or like lo-fi when I'm playing it, but I thought the Tomb Raider music would be fitting, and since they're coming out with the Final Fantasy pack tomorrow, I think is the release date, I'll probably do that to some Final Fantasy music as well. Turn on heavy metal from Doom. Actually, I streamed a Doom game, I think in December. It wasn't the newer one. It was one of the classic like 2D ones. The music in those games are great. I love it. Yeah, I'm sorry that he didn't fulfill the request. But with Doom music puts you in a mood that I don't know that PowerWash Simulator can quite scratch the itch for. Like as satisfying as it is to shoot this PowerWash gun, you're not blowing heads off. Your rip and tear instinct isn't being satisfied with the PowerWash Simulator. I've been enjoying the Tomb Raider pack so far, but I have yet to actually play a very aggressive watch. And thank you so much for the follow, Starlight. I appreciate it. I have yet to play any more Tomb Raider games aside from the very first one, which is a huge like hole in my like gaming library that I have, and I'm aware of that. I do need to play more of them. The first one kind of burned me a little bit though, so I'm hesitant to start a new one, but I know I need to, especially I know the new ones are really popular. I'll get there. But why would I do that when I can just wash her house instead, you know? It'd be very different if like I was talking earlier in my stream about like crossovers that they could do between PowerWash Simulator and other franchises. They could do a Doom crossover, just cleaning up all the viscera after Doom guy rips through somewhere. I know they already have viscera cleanup detail, but you know, you've tried playing the latest two, but you keep quitting for some reason. You're like, yeah, you don't feel like it. Some games are just like that, and there's not always a reason why. But I get that. I've had a few games where I really just did not want to do it, but one thing I know about myself is that I am unfortunately stubborn, and when I start a game, I have difficulty leaving it unfinished. And so even if I hate it, I will go back and I will finish the game. And every time I do that, my girlfriend's like, why are you doing this to yourself? I'm like, because the frustration of leaving the game unfinished is worse to me than the actual like having to go through playing it. But like the very first Dark Souls game took me like 5 different tries before I finally like actually got into it. You get in line, you have to finish a game. Yeah, Dark Souls was a difficult like startup for me. I wanted to like it, but every time I played it, it would just make me miserable because I just didn't really understand what to do. I didn't know where to go. Dark Souls 3 was great. I haven't gotten to that one yet, so I've done 1, 2, and Demon Souls, and I streamed 2 and Demon Souls. And those ones I enjoyed those ones. Those were enjoyable to me. I want to play 3, but I'm trying to play the FromSoft games in order. So the next one that's actually on my list to do is Bloodborne. And I've heard great things about Bloodborne, so I'm excited to play it. A lot of people don't seem to like 2 that much. I will go on record and say that I think I enjoyed 2 more than I liked 1. And more than I like Demon Souls. I think Demon Souls was a little too easy, which that's kind of controversial. I don't think it's that controversial. I don't think too many people think that Dark Souls, like everybody seems to be in a consensus is that 3 is the best one. I think like 90% of the people will say that 3 is the best one. Calling the police. I haven't played Elden Ring yet either, and I need to. That is one of the problems with trying to beat as many different games that I have, is that anytime I haven't played a game that's like a popular one, people are like, wow, really, you haven't? You really wanted to enjoy Elden Ring? Didn't quite hit it? Maybe it'll take a few more tries, and then you can get it. The worst part of FromSoft games is the swamp. Are you talking about like swamp? Yeah, there is always a swamp. I'm like, you say that, and my mind immediately went to Blight Town in Dark Souls 1, and I don't remember which area in Demon Souls, but there was a swamp in Demon Souls that I absolutely hated as well. Yeah, no, there's always a swamp, and you're saying that Elden Ring is filled with it? Great. Looking forward to it. Dark Souls seems too hard for you. Never tried any of them. They are difficult, but it's a thing of practice. Like, there are people who play a lot of Dark Souls games to the point that they can go through, like, they go through the whole game without taking a single hit. And, you know, I'm not saying that you need to be that good. Like, and if Dark Souls is a game that seems too hard, then don't play it. You don't have to force yourself into. But I at first did not like them either. You definitely can give one a try. I think they're available on most platforms at this point. Like, I played it on PC, but I also think I had it on Xbox as well. So I'm sure the opportunity will present itself. Go ahead and give it a try. The beginning, they like to be a little mean in the beginning of the games. Like, the very beginning, they'll throw something at you that you just can't handle, and then you have to, like, work your way up from there. So don't get too discouraged. But, like, if the game makes you miserable, don't force yourself to play it. Which is advice that I should be taking, but I'm too stubborn to give up on a game. But give it when you get a chance to, you can give it a try. One thing that I've learned with video games is that you will be surprised by what games you like, and you'll be surprised by which games you don't like. Yes, they do. Yeah, yes, they do. That is a common move that they'll do. They'll throw a boss in that they don't expect you to win, or that you need to run away from, and then you prepare for some way of killing it. I have not yet played Sekiro, so I've done 1 and 2 in Demon Souls, and I'm trying to go in chronological order. So next is Bloodborne, then I think 3, then Sekiro, then Elden Ring. I think that's right. Why is that so high up? Sekiro is another one of those scripted boss fights. You nearly won it on your first try. I'm sorry, man. I always hate trying to figure out, like, sometimes I'll go into a game like that and I'll be like, wait, is this one of those fights that I'm supposed to die? Because it'll seem really, really hard when I first try it. And then I'll be like, okay, you know what? I bet this is something I'm actually supposed to die on. And then I'll give up a little bit, and then I'll end up dying, and then they put me back at the beginning of the fight, and I'm like, oh, you want me to win? And then the panic sets in. I'm sure that's an achievement in Sekiro for almost beating that guy. Like, it's definitely something to be proud of. For me, like, there is that thing, that phenomenon with like bosses like that, where your first attempt you get like almost there, and then you almost get there on the first try, then you die, and then you suddenly just can't get anywhere close to where you were the first time, and you're just slowly working your way back up, and you're like, I did this on my first try. That happens to me more often than I wish it did. Sekiro is all about parrying. I do know that. I have a friend who has been trying for like years at this point to get me to play Sekiro. I'm like, dude, I want to go through them in order. He's like, yeah, but Sekiro, and he keeps telling me all these things about it, and he keeps showing me videos of it, and he's like, and it's all about parrying, which I'm either going to do fantastic or I'm going to do awful. Like, when I play Assassin's Creed, I'm all about parrying, countering and parrying. That's all I do, like in Assassin's Creed combat. But in like Dark Souls 1 and 2, I was awful at parrying. I just did not parry. I pretty much I use shields in 1 and 2. So it really just depends on the system, whether it's going to be successful. But it sounds like for you, it was a similar situation where you're just awful at parrying in Dark Souls. But if you got it in Sekiro, then maybe there's some hope for me. Hopefully. But I love that. Also, what? Ghost of Tsushima, I was a lot of countering in that one as well. Yeah, that was a great game. I need to play the expansion pack on that one. Alright, I need a longer extension to hit the top of this roof here. Haven't played Ghost of Tsushima? Good game. I really enjoyed it. Is it on PC? I don't think so. I played it on the PS4. So I don't think they've ported that one, unfortunately. Maybe they will someday, but I know that there's, you know, the consoles are particularly your PlayStation list. I got a PS4 for Christmas, like, I want to say like 3 years ago, and I have played like 2 games on it, and I'm a degenerate. I got it for a couple of exclusives, and then everything else, like, it's like if I can either get it on PS4 or I can get it on PC. I'm like, well, the PC I'm always gonna have access to. The PS4, something could happen, so I just generally default to the PC. Playing The Last of Us. Are they porting? They're porting The Last of Us to PC, right? I think I did see something about that. PC port is coming in March. Well, it is March now. That's exciting. I played the first one. I played that on the PS3. I played that maybe 4 years ago. There is an RE4 remake. I have not actually played Resident Evil 4 yet. I want to, but similar to Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm trying to do them in order. I've done Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica, and then when I was younger, I did 5 and 6 when they first came out. So I still need to do 0 and 4 and 7 and 8. Yeah, I'm all over the place on Resident Evil. I've definitely played a bunch of them. I have not played 4, which 4 is generally seen as like the best one, isn't it? I'll probably end up streaming that one someday. But I played Code Veronica, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago on stream. Probably less than 6 months, I don't know. 4 is out of place. I mean, is 4 more out of place than 5? I know a lot of people don't like 5, but I love 5. Mostly because I liked using the longbow in 5, which you don't get until you beat the game, but still. I know that liking 5 is also an unpopular opinion. Like I said, you'd be surprised by what games you find you like and that you don't. Five feels more like it belongs in the Resident Evil universe. I guess I'd have to play 4 to really be able to tell. Like, I know the general gist. One sec, we got lore. Everything is done and dusted over here in Egypt, and I'll be back in England to see your handiwork very soon. It's kind of odd to have Lara Croft taking her time to text the power washer. That just seems odd. Like, okay, so back to Resident Evil. I know what the general premise is of it. I know you're in like South America or Central America. And you're trying to find the president's daughter. Lara Croft is humble like that. I don't know. I need to play 4. Like, 4 is a game that I want to play. Like, it's one of those games that I see it on my list. I'm like, oh, I should play that soon, and then it just. Are you in Spain? You might be in Spain. I know it's some kind of a Latin country, whether it's I don't know. We can confirm it right now. Let's see. Here's my music tab. Resident Evil 4 setting. That is no. Okay. Rural part of Spain. You're right. You got it. Well done. I thought, for some reason, I mean, I haven't played the game, so I thought it was like in like South America or in like a Caribbean island or something. No, you got it. I really do want to play it. I have a distinct memory of Resident Evil 4 from when I was a little kid. Because when I was younger, I was a complete wimp when it came to horror games. I had no desire to play any kind of a horror game. I was very easily scared. But my older brother loved playing horror games. And so he would play them, and then I would be like on the couch watching him play it, hiding behind the pillow because I was scared. And one day I decided I was going to try and play Resident Evil 4. So I put it in. I'm walking through. Everything's fine. And then in Resident Evil 4, you get ambushed by a bunch of villagers, and one of them has a chainsaw. And that happens like very early in the game. And as soon as I saw the guy with the chainsaw like outside my building, I stood up, ran over to the GameCube, and turned it off. And my brother was watching me from around the corner, and he just started dying laughing at me. And that's like my first memory I think of when I think of Resident Evil 4. You remember because the currency is PTAs or something like that. Your brother and I didn't know, so you called them putas. Leon is amazing in that part with the chainsaw. I didn't get that far. I got too scared and ran away. My cowardice took over. I have since embraced the horror game. I still don't play them too frequently, but I'm not averse to playing them. Like I've played some on stream. I've played, you know, I played Dead Space, I've played Amnesia and Outlast. What else have I played? There are more, but I'm blanking. I mean, I played Resident Evil. I played the first Silent Hill game. Are you talking about are you talking about the melee kicks that he does when he's like taking down an enemy, like with a melee finisher, or are you talking about when he's like dodging the lasers? Because I know that he has an insane laser dodging sequence. I've seen videos of that. Silent Hill 2 is so good. I've only played the first one. I played the first one on stream. I need to play the next one. Like I said, I have a huge list of games. My backlog of games to play is like thousands of games long. There's so many that I want to play. It's difficult to settle on one. Silent Hill 2 is also getting a remake soon. I'll have to play the first one before the remake happens. I need to, what I typically do is to decide what game I'm going to stream next after I finish one. I'll run a poll, like a little Google poll, and I'll advertise it on my stream. Just anybody can go and vote, and whatever game gets the most votes ends up being the game that I stream next. But I don't have a poll running right now, so I need to set one up to get some good games on there. Figure out which one I'm going to stream next. Pressure Wash or Power Wash Simulator was a personal choice, so that one there was no poll necessary. That one I'm doing this one for myself. I finished the Power Wash game a month or two ago, and then like they announced the new pack. I'm like, well, Power Washing back on the menu, baby. Okay. I haven't been looking too closely at what I've actually cleaned and what I haven't, so I feel like I'm definitely going to be missing some things. Okay, this coin. Oh, I see where I'm missing it. Come on. Yeah, got it. Felt the need to clean for Lara Croft, a video game character who I've only played one of her games. Yes. Oh, don't worry about it. I enjoy talking to people. It is not a problem at all. If you weren't here, I would be getting distracted talking to myself. I'm a little too close. I need to back this up a little bit. This is also not a particularly relaxing music track we've got going, but it sounds like it's over. It's fine. The gameplay would not improve. For me, okay, no, this song is too loud. Some people might say it's a sign of insanity. I am not those people. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit, see if we can get something a little more low-key. There we go. I mean, isn't that what all content creators basically are doing, is they're in a room talking to themselves? The only difference is that I was already a little bit crazy before I started streaming. It's only gotten worse as time has gone on. But no, I have fun. Half of the fun with streaming is interacting with the people that I meet while I'm live streaming. Everyone's a little insane. Some people decide to just try and hide it, and some people are better at hiding it than others. Yeah, I agree with this philosophy. I can get on board with it. Anybody who is 100% perfectly sane, just by that very nature, there's something wrong with them. It just makes me think of that episode of SpongeBob where he decides to be completely normal. Like it's abnormal to that point. Exactly. The weirdos of the world are the winners. Well, Twitch does have a lot of weird people on it, gotta say, and I am among them. Yes, the metallic strings of relaxation. God, I'm getting a kick out of this music. Mostly because I'm like in my mind, like I'm used to playing this with relaxing music, so it's just every time something horrifying goes off, I'm like, huh. My heart rate is totally like mellow. Where can you donate to give feet pics? Are you talking about my feet pics? Or are you just saying in general? Because my feet pics, I could probably be convinced to give out for free because I just don't care. I'd have to get permission from my girlfriend, and that's probably it. So the price is convince my girlfriend, Abby. That's the cost, hypothetically. I am too. Yeah, lots of the strange on Twitch, but you know, the point is to have fun, and that's what I'm doing here, and I am having fun. I like playing video games. I like talking to people, so this is good. I have no complaints for the most part. You have earned money from that before. Hey, if somebody's willing to pay money for your feet pics, and you have no problem giving that to them, go for it. I'm assuming you're an adult. You can make your decisions. Go for it. If somebody wants to pay you money for it, who's to say no? I don't think it's that weird. I think that the person buying the feet pics might be a little more weird than the person supplying them. But you know, who am I to judge? It helps that you're an actual giant. I guess so. I guess the novelty of it might attract some people to it. Nice. See, I'm not a small guy by any means. I'm just about 6 foot and size like 11-ish shoe, but like I'm not a giant. I wouldn't call myself a giant. So I have never had anybody legitimately ask me for feet pics in my life before. I can say that with some certainty. You're 6'8" in freedom measurements. That is tall. That is very tall. So you are a giant. Jeez. Maybe I want some feet pics now. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty big. Like, I complain sometimes that things are too short for me. Like blankets, I find $20 for the feet. I'll have to ask my girlfriend. Like, hey, can I buy some feet pics from some random guy I met on Twitch? But like, for me, blankets are always too short. My feet are always like sticking out. And then, or you know, like the blanket only comes up to like here on my chest. When I want it to be like up to my neck. I want to feel like I'm being choked by the blanket. Or when I'm in the shower head is always not like quite tall enough for me. Your hands look ridiculous when you're holding a cup. That's when you just hold it in the most fancy possible manner. You just always pinky out. And then people won't worry about the fact that your hand looks so big. They'll just wonder why you're doing the pinky out. That's my advice. Everything looks too small. Nah, I get that. That sounds like it would be a bit of a pain. But if you could choose to be smaller, would you? Or just cover up the cut? Just nobody can even see it. Just hidden in the bear paw, yeah. We're at 93%. I'm almost free of the manor. I've only been at this for like 2 hours. Was that a literal question? If I wanted you to be shorter, am I gonna cut you down? Maybe? I mean, you say you have big feet. I might want to take a souvenir. I don't know. Ah, this is one of the oddest conversations I've had on Twitch. Congratulations. I'm enjoying it. Like a monkey's paw. There's a monkey's foot. Giant's foot, yeah. That reminds me, Phasmo released a new update today. I need to play it again. They released a new update. They released a new monkey paw item in it. Gotta give that a try. I hope you remembered as such. That one giant dude who offered me feet pics, yeah. Forever in infamy. I'll be that one random streamer. Played a stupid number of video games and made a comment about wanting to buy your feet pics, yeah. That'll be my legacy. And I'm okay with this. What got an update? Phasmophobia. It was only a small one. I don't know if you play Phasmo at all. I play it with my girlfriend and my friend from Romania, for the most part. It was a small update. They released a new curse item. They're supposed to be releasing another bigger update in their next update, which should be coming soon, but, you know, with games like that, soon has a big asterisk next to it. You never played it? It is fun. It's definitely a fun game, but it's a game that is more fun to play with friends than it is to play on your own or to play with random people. Binding of Isaac. There is a monkey's paw in Binding of Isaac. I haven't really played it. Like, I was really into Binding of Isaac for a while, and then I didn't play it for like a year or two, and then I came back and it was suddenly just so much harder for me. Like, at this point, I rarely make it past, like the heart. Usually the heart is the hardest part for me to even get past at this point. Once they introduce the double damage is when I just start going down. And, like, I beat the game. Like, it's marked as a beaten game. It just, I took a break from it, and I only play it now when I'm, like, really bored. Yeah, you got so into it and now you suck. Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. I know at one point I got a really broken thing where I got a bunch of like followers that would do damage for me, and I had that Tanuki statue that would make it so I could just stand still and not take damage, and I just beat the whole game using that. There's new enemies and stuff. Yeah, there are. They added the Afterbirth DLC into it. I'm sure if I really put my like efforts into relearning it, I could do better, but I just like picking it up every now and again. Anti-Birth was really cool. Yeah, they definitely added some cool things. Yeah, it was a mod, and then I think he officially released it. It's always cool when a mod gets that kind of a recognition too. Like, I know there's a Left 4 Dead 2 campaign that was a mod and is now an official campaign in the game. That's always cool when mods get that kind of attention. Except when it's a Bethesda game. I don't think I know the reference here. I guess I don't play that many Bethesda games. Okay, I've got to be almost done here, yeah? I'm at 99%. What? People complain when they started putting mods into the main game of Skyrim and Fall. They added mods into the main game of Skyrim? I had no idea about that. I always thought that I knew that there was a Skyrim, like, a strong Skyrim modding community, and that most people, like, can't play it now without mods. Interesting, okay. So one of the many special editions that they released, they put in some mods. I see. I guess I can see why some people would be frustrated by that. Skyrim is one of those games that people are very, very, like, emotionally attached to. So I get if they add in these unwelcome mods that people can be annoyed. They just really need to just... Did they finally announce that 6 was in progress? Because they really just need to work on that. Them and GTA 6. The mods aren't compatible with some of the other mods you want. Ah, I see. I see. That would be frustrating. The Elder Scrolls 6 was announced years ago. Tiny little teaser clip. You know what that makes me think of? Fable. Man, I want Fable so bad. Like, if I could pick a game to be released now, it would probably be Fable. Man, I love Fable. I was so happy to see that trailer, but that was years ago now. One of these days. Alright. I need to find the dirty things that I have missed. So I have missed a few things, it seems. Oh. Tower wall. All the good games do that. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and it's in development hell. I have not played that one yet, Vampire Masquerade. I know that it's popular. I've heard people talking about it and how addicting it is. I actually just remembered another franchise I haven't done a single thing in, and that's Wolfenstein. I haven't played any of those games yet either. Alright, how many things do I still have to find? Oh, I just saw something as I jumped off. String course ledge. Oh, there. Got it, okay. It's very addicting. You're watching videos of people playing the tabletop RPG version of Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, it's always exciting when you find a game where you just are just devouring all the media of it, going through all the wiki pages. I haven't done that in a while. I don't think I've found anything that's got me that excited in a bit. I do have to check out Vampire the Masquerade at some point. I've only heard good things about it. This looks dirty. It is dirty. Okay. I was gonna say it looks dirty. Okay, we've got a list of actual things to clean now. Tower coin. Which one is a tower coin? Lower tower wall. Okay, this wall here. Okay, we got the wall. Lower tower coin, right here. Got it. I can see a list of everything to clean. If I pause, I can see the list of everything that's not clean. And there's a button I can press that'll highlight anything that's dirty, but that one won't help me much unless I'm actually looking in the general direction of where the dirty thing is. Yeah, like eagle sense. Yeah, so I could press, like I'm pressing the button now, but like, unless you're actually looking at it, it's not gonna help you very much to know where it's actually being highlighted. I'm looking for a roof spike mount, so it's gonna be something high up, I'm assuming. I don't really know what a roof spike mount is. Do we see any spikes up on the roof here? A mount on the roof spike. Of course! Ah, I actually am seeing it on the eagle sense there. There it is up there. Okay. We found it. We're almost done. I have no idea how many actual maps are on this expansion pack, so I guess we'll learn a little more after we finish this level, because this is the first one. Oh, come on. You call every highlight thing eagle vision. Hey, it gets the point across. I don't blame you. You said it and I knew exactly what you were talking about. Done. We did it. Who's ready for the time lapse? Yep, I had to do the whole fountain. I like how I'm just floating because they don't want to show the scaffolding. Winston has been gushing about what a tremendous job you've done finishing his cleaning on the exterior, and I'm excited to see it for myself. You have my deepest gratitude. In fact, based on this solid intel, I think I have something else for you. So there are more jobs here. Hopefully the manor's the biggest one that they're gonna make me do. Thank you, thank you.